Master flirting techniques. Show interest confidently without looking needy. Unlocking the secret to showing interest in a woman you're attracted to requires a delicate balance of safety and stimulation. You might have watched my previous video on the 3Ts, flirting, teasing, and touching, but how do you create tension when you haven't even met her yet? Perhaps you're at the gym or walking down the street, and you need to make a move quickly before the opportunity slips away. Let's dive into a specific example of how to show interest without coming across as needy, even when you haven't met her yet. If you're new to my channel, I'm Anna Jorgensen, and welcome to Just the Tip Tuesday. The first step in creating attraction and tension with a woman you haven't met is through body language. Yes, confidence plays a significant role, but there's another crucial aspect that might surprise you. To create attraction, women need to feel both safe and stimulated. So, how do you show interest without being needy? The answer lies in combining confident body language with comfortable body language. Let me illustrate this with an example. Imagine you've noticed a girl at a coffee shop, far enough away that others can hear you if you need to say something, but close enough to make eye contact. You've caught her attention, and she's showing signs of interest. Check out my video on subtle to super obvious signs of interest if you're unsure. Now, you can playfully use the "you looking at me" gesture. It's a light-hearted way to break the ice and gauge her interest. If she's intrigued, she might giggle, blush, or look away, only to glance back at you a few times. If she's shy, she might look down or away, but still sneak a peek. On the other hand, if she's not interested, she'll likely turn away, avoiding eye contact altogether. If she does look back at you, hold her gaze for a moment, then look away and smile, as if you've caught her checking you out. Depending on your personality, you might need to muster up some confidence to pull this off. You can either exaggerate your gesture through goofiness or mysteriousness, but you'll need to be super confident to make it work. Remember, the key is to find a balance between safety and stimulation. By combining confident and comfortable body language, you can create tension and attraction without coming across as needy. So, take a deep breath, gather your confidence, and give it a try. When it comes to flirting, it's essential to gauge whether the person you're interested in is genuinely attracted to you or if you're prepared to handle rejection without it affecting your self-esteem. This approach can be quite daring, as it may lead to a positive outcome if she shows a strong interest in you. However, if her interest is lukewarm or non-existent, your boldness might not yield the desired results. If she politely declines your advances, perhaps by saying something like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but no," it's best to gracefully accept her response. You could even playfully respond with an exaggerated sad face, which can convey that you possess the confidence to handle rejection without being overly affected by it. This reaction might even prompt her to reconsider her initial response if she was uncertain about her feelings at that moment. Body language plays a crucial role in conveying confidence, and we'll delve into that shortly. But first, let's discuss how humor and exaggeration can help alleviate tension in potentially awkward situations. As I mentioned in my previous video, flirting often involves teasing and creating a sense of tension, which is vital for sparking interest and attraction in any budding relationship, regardless of its duration. Therefore, using humor and exaggeration can be effective tools for diffusing tension during uncomfortable moments while still maintaining a level of intrigue when she shows interest. This tension can enhance the likelihood of her feeling attracted to you. If you're new to this kind of interaction, it's natural to feel a bit uneasy, and yes, you may face rejection. It's important to approach these situations with the understanding that rejection is a possibility. If your self-esteem needs a little boost, something many can relate to, especially since interactions can sometimes be harsh, remember that a rude rejection shouldn't shake your confidence. If you find yourself in a situation where her response is overtly negative, such as rolling her eyes or making a dismissive face, try to laugh it off. A light chuckle, just loud enough for her to hear, can demonstrate that you are unfazed by her rudeness. However, be careful not to overdo it. If she senses that you're trying to get her attention with your laughter, she may perceive you as insecure. Instead, aim for a casual response that others around you might notice, showing that you can find humor in the situation. Ultimately, if you can maintain your composure and find amusement in her rejection, you come out on top. You've not only avoided being flustered by her behavior, but you've also sidestepped an unpleasant interaction. Remember, it's important to treat others with kindness. If you're a woman who often receives attention, appreciate the options available to you. Even on tough days, strive to be courteous. If you find it challenging to be pleasant in a moment of frustration, consider stepping away to regroup. Let's take a moment to discuss how to handle rejection gracefully while maintaining your confidence. If you find yourself facing rejection, remember to stay grounded in your masculine energy. The mindset here is that if she's not interested, it's her loss, not yours. Now, let's shift our focus back to the coffee shop scenario. This isn't just about a casual approach, it's about understanding the dynamics of attraction. Imagine you've noticed that she's showing some interest in you, perhaps she's glancing your way or laughing at something you said. If she's engaging with you, even in a subtle way, it's a good sign. In such cases, you can invite her over with a friendly wave. This method is effective because it creates a comfortable atmosphere. You're not just approaching her out of the blue, which can be intimidating. Instead, you're extending an invitation for her to join you, making it easier for her to feel at ease. If she's intrigued, she'll likely come over. However, if she's playing hard to get, she might gesture for you to come to her. At this point, whether you approach her or she approaches you, it's important to maintain the mindset of qualifying her as a potential partner. I've discussed this concept in more detail in my previous video on flirting, where I explain how to use a neg or disqualifier effectively. Now, if she seems interested but is a bit shy, you might notice her looking down or away. I've also created a video that explains the different ways a woman might look away, which can indicate varying levels of interest, high, low, or none at all. If she keeps glancing back at you without showing any negative signs, it's likely safe for you to approach her. The reason the wave-over technique is effective is that women often need to feel secure and stimulated. They are drawn to traits like confidence, bravery, and a willingness to take risks. By waving her over, you're taking a small risk that can pay off, while also ensuring she feels comfortable and safe. This approach is quite different from the atmosphere of a nightclub, where women often prepare themselves for a more direct interaction, which may include a higher likelihood of sexual interest. When you're trying to connect with a woman in more casual settings, like on the street, in a coffee shop, or at the gym, it's essential to consider the context. Some women may initially be attracted to the so-called bad boys because they exude confidence and a sense of adventure. However, it's important to note that high-value women typically don't stay with those types for long. The allure of bad boys often lies in their display of confidence and risk-taking, which are undeniably attractive qualities. This dynamic is also a common theme in romantic comedies. In these films, the male protagonist often desires the female lead but lacks the necessary traits of bravery and confidence. He faces various challenges and ultimately grows into a more self-assured person, which allows him to win her over. In real life, if you can embody confidence, bravery, and a willingness to take risks, you'll naturally attract attention and interest. These qualities are not just appealing, they are essential in forming genuine connections. There are numerous subtle cues that women look for, even if they aren't consciously aware of them, and these cues create a sense of stimulation. So, what do women need? Primarily, they need to feel safe and stimulated. The comfortable aspect of body language is essentially the invitation part. Whether she approaches you because you've signaled her to come over or she's given you the green light to start a conversation, this makes her feel safe. She's essentially inviting you in, and she's making the choice herself. This is where it's crucial to understand that it's not just about you pursuing her. In fact, you shouldn't chase her at all. Watch my video on the difference between chasing and pursuing for more insights. However, if she chooses to engage in the interaction, she's already more invested. Your casual approach, combined with confident yet comfortable body language, where you're just at ease in the situation, will make her feel even more at ease. This is because women often mirror your feelings. If you're comfortable and at ease, she'll feel the same way. Once you've established this comfort, you can start working on the other two aspects, teasing and touching. I've covered these in another video, which I'll link at the end, and you'll want to watch it because if you've gotten this far, you don't want to mess it up. You need to know where and when to touch her to make her feel both safe and stimulated. You also need to know how to tease her to make her feel intrigued and to want to qualify for you without turning her off. Maintaining a level of sexual stimulation is key, otherwise, you might find yourself slipping into the friend zone. If you want more specific details on how to show interest without being needy, how to flirt with a woman you're attracted to, and make her instantly want more, head over and watch that video now. And if you want to be a bit more certain that she's actually interested, you'll want to watch my slightly embarrassing video on 25 signs she's flirting or showing interest, where I provide plenty of examples. Thanks for being here, and may you find the light you're looking for. God bless.